Hello students, myself Abhilash, biology lecturer, Vishwamanava Composite PU College Chitradurga. Today we are going to discuss a new chapter of 2nd PU biology, that is biodiversity and conservation. Introduction. Biodiversity or biological diversity is the occurrence of different types of ecosystems, different species of organisms and their variant like biotypes, ecotypes and gene adapted to different climates and environments of different regions including their interaction and processes. The term biodiversity was coined by Edward Wilson. The vast array of species of microorganisms, algae, fungi, plants and animals occurring on the earth either in the terrestrial or aquatic habitats and the ecological complexes of which they are part comprises biodiversity. Biodiversity ranges from macromolecules to biomes. The important diversity at the levels of biological organization are of three types. First one is genetic diversity. A single species might show high diversity at genetic level over its distributional rate. Example, Rahulfia ometeria shows genetic variation in terms of concentration and potency of chemical reserpine. India has more than 50,000 genetically different strains of rice and 1,000 varieties of mango. Second one is species diversity. Diversity at species level. For example, the Western Ghats have more amphibian diversity than the Eastern Ghats. Third one is ecological diversity. Deserts, rainforests, mangroves, corals, coral reefs, wetlands, estuaries, and alpine meadows are the types of ecological diversity. In this picture, we can observe that in first picture of invertebrates, insects are occupy more place than other organisms. In the second picture, we can observe that among vertebrates, the fishes are maximum in number. In third picture, in case of plants, we observe that both angiosperms and fungi are more in number compared to other type of plant species. According to IUCN, the total number of plants and animal species described so far is about 1.5 million, but still many species are yet to be discovered and described. More than 70% of all species recorded are mammals, while rest are plants including algae, fungi, bryophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Among animals, 70% total are insects. The number of fungi species in the world is more than the combined total of the species of fishes, amphibians, reptiles and mammals. Then biodiversity in India. India is one of the 12 mega biodiversity countries of the world. India has only 2.4% of land area of the world. It has nearly 8.1% of global species biodiversity. There are about 45,000 species of plants and about 90,000 to 1 lakh species of animals are present. A new species are yet to be discovered and named. Applying Robert May's global estimate, only 22% of total species have been recorded. India has probably more than 1 lakh species of plants and 3 lakh species of animals to be discovered and described. Then patterns of biodiversity. There are two patterns are present. One is latitudinal gradients. The diversity of plants and animals is not uniform throughout the world and shows uneven distribution. This distribution patterns is along with longitudinal gradient in the diversity. Species diversity decreases as we move away from the equator towards the pole. Tropics harbor more species than temperate or polar areas. Amazon rainforest has the greatest biodiversity on earth. We can observe that tropical have more biodiversity than temperate region. For this, there are some postulates or hypotheses are mentioned. In first one is speciation is a function of time, unlike temperate regions subjected to frequent glaciation in past. Tropical latitudes have remained relatively undisturbed for millions of years and thus had long evolutionary time for species diversification. Second one is tropical environments, unlike temperates ones, are less seasonal and more constant and predictable which promote niche specialization and leads to greater species diversity. There is a more solar energy available in the tropics which contribute to higher productivity and in turn contribute indirectly to a greater diversity. Then area species relationship, which was proposed by Alexander von Humboldt, was observed that within a region species richness gets increases when explored area is increases but up to a certain limit. The relationship between species richness and area for a number of a taxa like angiospermic plants, freshwater fishes and birds are found to be rectangular hyperbola. So here in this picture we can see a rectangular hyperbola as well as straight line also. The logarithmic scale, the relationship is a straight line described by a equation log s is equal to log c plus z log a, where s is species, a is area and z is the slope of line and y means a y-intercept. The importance of species diversity to the ecosystem. The communities with more species are generally more stable than those with less species. A stable community should not be show too much variation in productivity from year to year. Rich biodiversity is essential for ecosystem health and imperative for the very survival of human race of this planet. Then we have river poppet hypothesis proposed by Paul Ehrlich. In an aeroplane compared to ecosystem, all parts are joined together using thousands of rivets compared to species. If every passenger traveling in it starts popping a rivet to take home, causing the species to become extinct, it may not affect the flight safety initially, but as more and more rivets are removed, the plane becomes dangerously weak over a period of time. Furthermore, which rivet is removed may also be critical. Loss of rivets on the wings, wings are key species that drive major ecosystem functions, is obviously a more serious threat to flight safety than loss of few rivets on the seats or windows inside the plane. Then the loss of biodiversity. The biological wealth of our planets have been declining rapidly due to three factors, that is population, urbanization and industrialization. For this we have a list from the Red Data book and there are some species are mentioned here. Then loss of biodiversity in a region may lead to, if the biodiversity is losing or if we lost biodiversity, what are the major problems we will face? This loss leads to decline in plant production, lower resistance to environmental perturbations, drought and flood, increased variability in ecosystem processes such as productivity, water use and pest and disease cycles. Causes of biodiversity loss. If the biodiversity is losses or decreases, what are the causes? That we call them as evil quadrate. The first one is habitat loss and fragmentation. It is the most important cause of animals and plants extinction. The Amazon rainforest, we call them as lungs of planet, having millions of species, is being cut and cleared for cultivating soya beans or for conversion of grasslands. When large habitats are broken up into small fragments due to various human activities, mammals and birds requiring large territories migrate and badly affected. Overexploitation. When biological system is overexploited by man for their natural resources, it results in degradation and extinction of resources. For that, we have an example of Stella's tea cow, passenger pigeon, etc. Many marine fish population are over harvested, endangering the continued existence of some important species. Next, alien species invention. When alien species are intentionally or unintentionally, some of them turn invasive and cause decline or extinction of indigenous species. The Nile perch introduced into Lake Victoria in East Africa led eventually to the extinction of an ecologically unique assemblage of more than 200 species of chilchil fish in Lake Victoria. And we have an example of Parthenium also. Then co-extinction. When a species become extinct, the plant and animal species associated with it also become extinct. When a host fish species become extinct, its unique assemblage of parasites also become extinct. Then biodiversity conservation. We should conserve the biodiversity due to following group of reasons. One is narrow utilitarian and broadly utilitarian, as well as the ethical issues, in which the narrow utilitarian tells about human obtain countless direct economic benefits from nature like food, firewood, fibers, construction materials, medicinal plants, and industrial products. With increasing resources put into bioprospecting, nations endowed with rich biodiversity can expect to reap enormous benefits. The broadly utilitarian tells that biodiversity plays a major role in ecosystem services that nature provides. Productions of oxygen during photosynthesis, pollination without natural pollinator, pleasure from nature and priceless are priceless. Ethical issues for conserving biodiversity related to what we owe to millions of plants, animals, and microbe species with whom we share this planet. Every species has an intrinsic value, although it may not be of current or any economic value to us. It's our moral duty to care for well being and pass our biological legacy to good order for further generations. Then how do we conserve biodiversity? In that there are two conservation methods are there. One is in situ conservation, we call them as on-site conservation. Here conservation is majorly protected with the help of organisms where they are present. That means conservation of organisms within their natural habitat. So here conservationists have identified for maximum protection certain called biodiversity hotspots, the region with very high levels of species richness and high degree of endemism. Species are found to that region are not found anywhere else. There are nearly 34 biodiversity hotspots in the world. These hotspots are also regions for accelerated habitat loss. India has 14 biosphere reservoirs, 90 national parks, and 448 wildlife sanctuaries. Then ex situ or offsite conservation. It is a method threatened animals and plants were taken out from their natural habitat and placed in special setting when they to be protected and given special care, which includes zoological parks, biological gardens, and wildlife sanctuaries. The historic convention on biological diversity, the Earth Summit held in Rio de Janeiro in 1992, called upon all nations to take appropriate measures to conservation of biodiversity, and the World Summit on Sustainable Development held in 2002 in Johannesburg, South Africa. 190 countries pledged their commitment to achieve by 2010 a significant reduction in the current rate of biodiversity loss at global, regional, and local levels. Then we have some neat questions. Which of the following is not a cause for loss of biodiversity? Destruction of habitat, invasion of alien species, keeping animals in zoological park, over exploitation of natural resource. For that correct answer is option C. Keeping animals in zoological park is not a cause for loss of biodiversity. Rather, it is a method of conservation of biodiversity. Which of the following is not an invasive alien species of the Indian construct? Lantana, Parthenium, Eichhornia, Cynodon. For that correct answer is Cynodon. Which of the following is not a feature of biodiversity hotspots? Large number of species, abundance of endemic species, mostly related to polar regions, mostly related to hotspots. For this, the correct answer is option C, mostly related to polar regions, because hotspots are the areas of high endemism and high species richness. All over the world, some 34 such spots have been identified, including 3 in India, which includes Western Ghats, Indo-Burma regions, and Himalayas. Next, what is the common to the following plants? Nepenthes, Xylotum, Rahulfia, and aconitum. For that, the correct answer is all are known for over exploitation. Next, the one-horned rhinoceros are specific to which of the following sanctuary? For that, the correct answer is Kaziranga, which is found in Assam. Amongst the animal groups given below, which one has highest percentage of endangered species? Insects, mammals, amphibians, and reptiles. For this, the correct answer is option C, amphibians. The percentage number of endangered species in the list of threatened ones, which includes mammals 97%, so 19%, birds 17%, 21% of reptiles, and maximum 22% of amphibians. Next, what is common to Lantana, Eichhornia, and African catfish? Option A, they are endangered species in India. They are the keystone species. All the mammals are found in India. All the species are neither threatened nor indigenous species in India. For that, the correct common is all the species are neither threatened nor indigenous species in India, because lantana and eichhornia and African catfish are exotic species. Non-native or exotic species are often introduced inadvertently for their economic and other uses. The extinction of passenger pigeon was due to increased number of predatory birds, overexploitation by humans, non-availability of food, and option D, bird flu virus infection. For that, the correct answer is overexploitation by humans, because passenger pigeons were once one of the most abundant birds in our planet, living in United States, but hunting on a very massive scale as well as deforestation lead to their extinction. The last question, among the ecosystem mentioned below, where can one find maximum biodiversity? Mangroves, deserts, coral reef, and alpine meadows. For that, correct answer is coral reefs has the highest biodiversity in its macrobiota, representing about 4 to 5% of the described global biota. Thank you.